Hello people, welcome to Man-Rays Tech Vlogs and more. Today we are gonna fix my friend's computer together. It's a computer that I partly sold and partly gave to him years ago. It's running an AM4 motherboard with a 3rd gen Ryzen. So it's the 3900. Older, very old CPU. The motherboard is pretty up to date. It's the 5000 series of the motherboards, or yeah, the 570, 560, you know what I mean. Alright, let's get into it. Computer is right there. Alright, let's zoom in and do some stuff together. Hopefully you can see it. One sec. There you go. There's the computer in all its glory. So we just turn it on right now. As you can see, it turns on, but it's not posting. Here's the screen behind. You can kind of see. One sec, people. Screen not posting. Right? See, this is why I need someone to help me film. Zoom in and stuff, zoom out. It's really hard by yourself. I'm keeping this in, by the way, I'm not cutting nothing. So, as you can hopefully see, nothing's happening. Making noise, but nothing more than. So what do I do next? Oh, this is why I'm filming this, people. So zoom in on my beautiful face. Alright. As you saw on the previous video, this will not post. Got the red light, so that means there's something wrong. So what we do is open up the case. Like so. Try not to break the tempered glass. Ooh. Then, what I'm gonna do is, let's zoom in on this beautiful case, and I'll show you some stuff. Okay. Hopefully you can see everything. You can see my fingers at least. Over here. Okay, kind of works. One sec. There you go. So over here is a light. Hopefully you'll be able to see the light that I'm talking about. And what does the light say? It says boot, and then it says VGA, and it says DRAM and CPU. Right now, it's highlighting VGA. Right? So because it says VGA, normally that means it's the graphics card. But I've put in a temporary graphics card. Is it in properly? Yeah. There's a temporary graphics card in there. Because my mate previously had this installed. Quite powerful graphics card for in its day. Not so powerful nowadays. Zoom out. Not so powerful nowadays, but this was plugged in. So I gave him a temporary graphics card, one that does not need, come on, focus, doesn't need power, like external power, doesn't need connections, it only runs off the motherboard. Back to a proper throb. Since that graphics card definitely runs, the one I temporarily gave him, the one that doesn't take PCI power, Oh, it doesn't take. Power from the power supply. It runs off the motherboard's power. There you go. Simple, understandable. Do you know what I'm saying? Am I speaking English? Hopefully. Did it focus? Pretty good? Okay. So now that I know it's not the graphics card, even though it's saying VGA error, it's not the error that's happening. So what I'm gonna do now is I'm gonna reset the BIOS, either through a jumper on the motherboard, or sometimes if you change the RAM to different slots, it sometimes does a light BIOS reset, is what I call it anyway, where it goes, oh, there's new RAM detected, therefore I need to restart my BIOS to the full. And sometimes that fixes the error, so I'm gonna try that next. Let's go. Hey people, I'm here with my tattoo. So, now I need to find where the jumpers are for the BIOS reset. So let me try the light reset first, people. So this is a MAG X570 Gaming Edge. So high-end 5000 series, well 570 motherboard, right? It's the latest, most modern motherboard you can get for AM4. We're on AM5 now. This is AM4, runs DDR4 RAM, not DDR5 RAM. So what I'm gonna do is, so you get RAM stick from here, unplug. You get the other RAM stick, unplug. And what you do is, turn it on. Does this. And they go, oh my god, there's no RAM. What am I gonna do? Somebody help me. Somebody help me. Right? So nothing works on it right now. Now we're showing a DRAM issue. Right? Because obviously I took the RAM out. Then what you do is, you look on the motherboard and it will tell you where it prefers you to put them in. So the first slot and the second to last slot. So that's what I shall do. Put it in here. Hopefully facing the right way, we'll see. Click. Click. Right. Now, turn it back on again. Then you just wait a bit, and if we're lucky, the screen right there will come on. So let's wait and see. Make sure the screen is turned on. I think it is. Yep, screen's turned on. Let's see if anything happens. No signal. Okay, so that didn't work. Sometimes it does, sometimes it doesn't. Let's go try something else. See you in a second. Hey people. Hopefully this is steady. Hey people, so we're on my computer now because the light reset didn't work. Normally that works pretty well, and this time it didn't. So what we're gonna do is, see this here? Come on, you can do it, I believe in you. Well, there's a USB stick that is decided not to pick up. Ooh, there you go. This USB stick here, and I'm gonna plug it into the computer and do something called a BIOS flashback. That's what I'm gonna do, and I'll show you how to do it. Hopefully I won't get in the way. I'm gonna put my everything to the side and show you how to do it. So what you do is you go on here, go to your browser, and open it up. Look up the motherboard. So MSI MAG 570X. right? There's MSI. I don't think that's the motherboard. The one we have is the edge. So what you do is go back. Edge. Yeah, near enough. Ace. Alright, we'll come back in a minute, people. This is boring for you. I will find the page. Hey people, finally got here. I had to go to the MSI website, then I had to go through about 5 pages before I finally got to the motherboard I want to get to. Let me zoom in so you can see what I'm doing. So, it's the Meg X570 Gaming Edge Wi-Fi. It's still to this day worth about £180 because it's quite high end for when it came out. So what you do is look for this. What you do is you press download and then press save. Find the file. And then you got to rename it. So, how to do? As you can see right here, it's quite simple. See, I can't get in there though. See, this is the thing. So I'm doing BIOS flashback. So what you do is look up MSI BIOS, then you put flash back. Best way to do it really is look up an image, because of it just tells you what to change the name to. Normally how I do it. There you go. See? What is it? You change it to MSI and that's it. See? Download the correct BIOS, then you change it and name it MSI.ROM. Make sure it's on a flash drive that's FAT32. Copy the rename file into the flash drive and then you press the back button, and I will show you that in a minute. First, let me show you just me putting it on there, I guess. One sec, people. This is longer video than I wanted it to be, but life goes on, I guess. So, yeah, I'm gonna plug this in and show you quickly as possible how to do it. So, open. So, here is my BIOS. Copying it over. Pretty slow because the USB stick is pretty crap, but that doesn't matter. As long as it's a working USB, you should hopefully be okay. By the way, I'm not using an external mic, I'm using built-in camera sound, so hopefully it doesn't sound too bad. So here's the thing, MSI, then after the dot, bit ROM. There you go. Make sure it's not inside a folder. Make sure it's just on the front part of the USB stick, if you know what I mean. Not in a folder, inside a folder, inside a folder. And that's it, hopefully. Alright, let's go on to the other computer, my friend's computer, and hopefully a BIOS update fixes everything. Hey people, so USB stick. There's the motherboard, and hopefully you can see somewhere on here Aha, there they are. Says BIOS flashback. Right up here. And all you do is, the red one, put this inside. If it can go, if I can get it inside. Like that. And you hold down the button. And then magic should be happening somewhere. No? No magic. Maybe I didn't press it. Yeah, I didn't press it, that's why. How anticlimactic was that? Let me find something I can use, people. Give me a minute. Be back in a second. Hey people, so it just turned back on after the BIOS update. Let's see what happens. See if the screen will turn on. Witness it together. Did the BIOS update fix this computer? Survey says. Come on. Do it. Do it. Turn on. Come on. I believe in you. Why won't you do it? Do it. Do it. Hurry up and do it. No? What's the error? It says VGA again. Alright, let's turn it off. Power it on. See what happens. Maybe now it will turn on. No? Still nothing. Wow. Full BIOS update and still not turning on. Those are some deep issues right there, people. What's next? Could reseat the CPU, but why would that be the thing if it's been working this whole time? Can try a different RAM slot. That could work. I'm gonna do that. Alright, be back in a second. So I've moved it to a different RAM slot to see if that made a difference. Let's go. Don't know why it would, but trying that before I do something else. My next thing is I'm gonna try to put the graphics card inside another PCI slot to see if that's what the issue is. I doubt it, but it's worth a try. Keep seeing VGA. So if I put the VGA, the graphics card, in a different slot, maybe that will solve the issue. Okay, it's not the RAM. Alright, we're good. Let's change it to another PCI slot and see if that's the issue. Hey people, so this here, I've moved it to a different slot to see if that's what the issue is. Let's go. Alright, there's the screen. Will it turn on? And if it does, then it either means part of the CPU has died to get the right stuff to the PCI lane, or the motherboard has died. I doubt that. So, let's see if it turns on by some miracle. I think it is turning on. Actually, Wow, that worked. Watch people. I know when computers do this, and it keeps trying and trying and trying, normally it means the computer's gonna turn on in a minute. I almost guarantee it. Let's make sure this is in properly. Okay. Are you ready for the computer to turn on? 1 second. 1 second, 1 second, 1 second. And go. Let me move this a bit so you can see the full screen when it turns on. For most of the screen. And on. Let me make sure the screen is turned on because of all the errors have gone, by the way. The motherboard is not showing any more errors. So right now, this should be turned on and showing something. No signal? Liar! I've got the right cable plugged in. Oh. Oh my god, people. It wasn't plugged in! It wasn't plugged in! What kind of madness? It wasn't plugged in, people. Okay. Now it's plugged in. What do you think? Think it's gonna be working? Okay. Let me turn it off and turn it back on again. Well, that's how you show. That shows you how much of a professional I am. Alright. My friend put this on there. I don't know if you can see it. So when he transferred it to my house, it wouldn't scratch the glass panel. It's working. Da 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 da. Look at that, people. So what has happened, in my opinion, is it's an older computer, older CPU. So what's happened is the CPU has either died or the PCI lane it's running at, it can't sustain it anymore. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna get into the BIOS, and what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna make the PCI lane be a slower speed to see if that will work, and if it won't work, then it just means the motherboard can't make that PCI lane work anymore. So now what I'm gonna do, people, is I'm gonna go to the BIOS. Sorry about the glare from there. So much glare. Let me block it a bit. There you go. You press F1. There you go. Now you should be able to see the screen a little bit. There you go. Nice view of the screen. Hopefully. Why is it? I hate when it does that. Hang on. Just stay tuned, people. Stay tuned. Oh, is that a CPU in there? I thought it was an older CPU. Now it's a new CPU. Wow. Okay. See, for some reason I thought he had an older one in there. Wow. I didn't know I gave him such a high-end CPU. The 5800X. Wow. Yeah, that shouldn't be dying anytime soon. That is insane for the PCI lanes to stop working like this. That's not that old of a CPU. Okay, well, he doesn't need to upgrade the CPU anytime soon. He's alright. Graphics card that he previously had, maybe. This oldie here. But wow, it's crazy that the PCI lane just stopped working. Alright, so go to advanced. Advanced. Go to settings, advanced, PCI. So, see, Gen 4 is what we needed it to run at. Obviously, that's giving an error. So, I'm gonna put the Gen 3 by 16. What I'm gonna do is, I'm gonna go from here, press F10, save it. So what I'm doing is changing the speed of the PCI lane to Gen 3 instead of Gen 4. Then off camera, I'm gonna change the slot that it's in from the second slot to the first slot nearest to the motherboard, nearest to the CPU. Okay, so I'm gonna change it back. I'll show you that quickly. So that is gonna go up there. That's what I'm gonna do right now. Now that I've slowed down the PCI lane. Okay, we are back, people. I've moved it back to the first slot after downgrading the PCI lane from 4 back to 3. Will it post? Will it post? Who knows? Maybe. Maybe. Yeah. Post perfectly fine now. Look at that. Alright, what we're gonna do now is I'm gonna change it back to PCI 4 just to make sure that was the issue. Alright, let's do that again. So you can watch me do that again if you want. It's quite easy. Advanced, settings, advanced, PCI, Gen 4, F10, save. Alright, let's see if it posts. If it does, then it's not a motherboard issue or CPU issue. It's just some kind of glitch in the BIOS. And yep, running perfectly. Alright then. Well, happy days. Whatever I did made it work, because I changed it to the other PCI slot and then it booted. Had it in the first slot, then it didn't boot. So maybe, I don't know what the issue was then. That is quite strange. But now it's running perfectly fine. As you can see. Straight into the operating system. Sorry, I did a really slow shutter because I'm not letting a lot of light in so you can see the screen. But yeah, I'm gonna put the proper graphics card in now. Then I will message my friend and let him know. It's working good. I will show you the installation of a new graphics card and everything working properly. So this is the final test, people. The proper graphics card is in now. So let's turn it all on and make sure it works. But first, gotta plug it in, man. Been doing that a lot today. Right. But first, and then not realizing that the graphics card is not even plugged in. So let's hope this works, because of the graphics card that's in there now is the one that my mate originally had a problem with. So, if it doesn't turn on now, then it's definitely his graphics card. So let's wait and see. Yeah. Definitely his graphics card. Because it's definitely not turning on. Let's try again. See what happens. Sometimes when you don't plug in the graphics card, it says VGA error. But stupid for it to say that. It's like, yeah, I forgot to plug a cable in. It's not an error. Calm down. But no, it's not turning on. So, moral of the story is, his graphics card is dead. That's the moral of this story. Because I will show you live without turning it off, pausing or anything. This little one here, so baby one. I'm going to put it in. And the computer will post. Alright, let's do this as quick as possible, people. 1 and oh yeah, it's got a BIOS switch. Let's switch to BIOS, people, before I do any of that. Alright. BIOS has been switched. It could just be that BIOS is broken. Alright. We have switched BIOS, people. Let's see what happens. And the BIOS has been switched. Still nothing. I forgot that graphics card has 2 BIOS. It's pretty cool for those kind of things. Still not running? Nope. So BIOS has been switched on the graphics card. BIOS has been switched on the CPU. Updated, I mean. Everything's been done. Still doesn't work. As seen here. Alright, I'm done with this stupid troubleshooting. He has to buy a new graphics card. Is right now the moral of the story? Yeah. That's the moral of the story. Graphics card is dead, people. Yep. Okay. Cause watch this, people. I'll take this out. Do this and then this. And what I'm gonna do is my graphics card that I'm selling. My graphics card that I'm selling, my big beast powerful one. I will show it working on here. First, let me try the other no. Let me just make sure it wasn't properly. Yeah, it was. Alright. Yeah, it wasn't. It wasn't properly. Was it? I'll be back in a minute. So yeah, it wasn't properly. Don't want to bore you with that stuff. Let's put this one back in. No, I said I was going to use my big beastly one, right? My friend was going to buy it off me, but then he changed his mind. So let me put that one in, just to make sure it's not some kind of power supply issue. Right, if you can power this beastly one and it turn on, then there's nothing wrong with this computer. Not a fucking single thing. Right. So Needs 8 and 8 for this one. It'll be a proper test for the power supply. So, what am I doing? Obviously it goes out of memory. This way. So everyone can watch me do it. Oh, badly. Okay. Everything's in. Alright, let's go, people. Now, this computer turns on, then his graphics card is dead. Because this graphics card takes more power than his one, and it's newer, and it definitely works. There you go. So yep, his graphics card is dead. Dead to the world. So, moral of the story is, graphics cards do die when you use them a lot. Especially when it's an older graphics card. Because now I've put in my really modern working graphics card. Everything's working perfectly. So, this is Man-Rays Tech Vlogs and more. Sorry for the very, very long video. But we got there in the end. I think his graphics card did something to the PCI slot that made the BIOS have an issue. We updated the BIOS, downgraded the speed of the PCI lanes, put in a different graphics card that ain't as powerful. It ran in both lanes, put his one back in, it didn't work, put my one in, it worked perfectly fine. So moral of the story is update your BIOS for your motherboard. If your GPU is dead, your GPU is dead. Alright, Man-Rays Tech Vlogs and more. Share, like and subscribe. Peace.